So once again, I reiterate that we're talking just about the animal sign of the year.
Yep.
We're leaving out 7/8 of the chart. Okay.
Okay.
So
So people are
so
aware.
it's definitely not the be all and end all, and there's always different ways of looking at things. I tend to look at a few different methods, but the main method I use is looking at the life cycles of the animal signs
Yeah.
within the current year.
Okay.
And looking at how that affects different areas of life within the current year.
That makes sense.
So, and also the interaction, obviously.
Now the next one is the goat.
Sheep.
I like to say goat. I like to say goat.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I use sheep, so it really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, no matter what anyone says. Now, the sheep's one of the earth signs, one of
Yep.
the four earths. And the dragon and the sheep have a very interesting relationship. Not bad, not good. No
Yes,
damages, no
isn't
issues.
They don't really have much to do with each other.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And this year, it'll depend on the overall chart. Truly, it'll depend on the overall four pillars rather than just on the year. Some sheep will find themselves feeling trapped
Yeah.
this year, like they can't get away. They're locked in place. They're like they're in prison. Others will reap benefits after initial problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how to expand on that. It's the reason this year's Yang Wood has roots in both the dragon and in the goat, or in the sheep, whichever you want to call it. So both the dragon and the goat have yin wood. Okay. So, and the yang wood of the year uses that root. Okay, so in a way, the dragon and goat are cousins, sort of, kind of, but only through that one. So they've got a relationship. Okay, so basically, it means that they're one of the worker signs.
Okay.
Okay, so this year's about work, mainly for goats or sheep.
Okay.
And they should start to make career gains. Okay. Now, I will give the general advice for all goats or all sheep is if you feel like you're stuck in any situation, whether personal or professional, you're actually allowed to start making plans to move on to something better. You don't have to stay there.
Okay.
Okay. You're allowed to plan to have a better life.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the best advice for all sheep this year. Is if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're trapped, it's okay to move on. Okay. Despite what anyone else says. Because we still have family.
Yeah.
Now, as far as love and personal life, romance is steady.
Yeah. Okay.
No big ups, no big downs. Some may find themselves pining for someone special or pining away for someone who's unattainable.
Yeah.
Let it go. Like, as we move through the year, just recognise that just because you think it might be better doesn't mean it's going to be.
Okay.
Okay, especially if you're already in a good position, you know. Best relationships for all goats, all sheep, older generations, and with people in authority because of the yang wood.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where we can get into a bit of tinfoil hat stuff.
Not sure how that's going to go down.
Yeah, look, you know, I'm making a joke because so goats. Remember when we were talking about 2024 Yangwood Dragon? I've nicknamed the year of the fascist.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're a goat, you've got access to the fascists.
Oh,
Okay,
good access.
to the people in charge
Yeah,
because of the hidden stems, because of that root coming down. So, I mean, yeah, I'm making a bit of a joke about it, but goats do have access to people in power.
Okay.
Okay, just because of this year. So it's also good to ask for advice, especially from older people and older generations. But the sheep should not give every chance, not give every opinion a chance to steer their ship, if that makes sense. Don't listen to everyone just because they've got an opinion. Do your own thinking. Okay. Also, try to avoid misunderstandings and disagreements with siblings and younger generations. So, yeah, sheep this year can have a good relationship with older generations. Younger generation, there's going to be communication difficulties, so they need to try and smooth those over. Career and money, as I mentioned before, one of the worker signs for the year. So, satisfying, some happy events. Yeah. Satisfying career is a big thing to have. Not many people have satisfying careers. Pardon me. Also, be sure to check with more experienced co-workers or managers if you have any problems along the way, any roadblocks or difficulties. Sheep tend to try and solve everything themselves. They'll think about it and think about it and think about it and then finally do it. This year, don't do that. Better to, like I said, ask for advice. Don't necessarily listen to every opinion, but you don't have to suffer alone. This year for sheep, a temptation to put in loads of effort to work extra hard, be the Energizer Bunny. Their health will suffer if they do that. Can't be working double shifts, can't be doing those things. If burning the candles at both ends for goats this year will basically create health problems down the track. So this year, keep it very easy going for goats. Don't try and overdo everything. Don't put too much into having what you can't get. Okay. Because that will create more issues. And look, it's okay to move on to something better. You don't have to stay in the situation you're in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think in a nutshell, I think that's pretty much enough for the sheep or the goat.
Yep.
Not the easiest year, but not a terrible year either. Okay, so
It's a big careful year.
Yeah, it's a big careful year. Keep it in your pants, I guess, a bit. A bit like the horse.
More opportunities floating around.
Yeah, the horse has a lot of opportunities floating around. But as I said at the beginning of the sheep, that a lot of the sheep's year will depend on their overall chart. It's been very difficult to give a generalisation for this particular sign this year. But yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Overall, not too bad. Some sheep will have it far better than others, though.
Yeah, of course.
That's just the way
it is.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So anyway.
Okay, so that is the goat or the sheep. I prefer the goat.
I'll change you.
I prefer the goat.